Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Larry Long Jr. back for this week's Midweek, Midday Motivational Minute. This is episode number 46. Oh my goodness. Come on in, make yourself at home. 46 weeks out of 2022. Where has time gone? Oh my goodness. Come on in, get comfortable. This is episode number 134. I'm happy to be here on this Wednesday. I can't believe that we're already at November the 16th. And today's topic that I want to talk about, it's a serious topic. And yes, we can all go about our business and have a smile on our face, which is great. But last night, my wife and I went to a comedy show. It was called Stand Up for Mental Health. And I want to say thank you to Big Al, Alex Lawrence, for putting it on. It was all in support and to raise money for the WakeMed Foundation, which supports WakeMed Hospital. And it was really focused on specifically raising money for mental health. And that's what I want to talk about today is your mental health, as well as the mental health of those that are around you. So I did a little bit of research. I did a little digging, and I got to say thank you to Jeff Risley, to Tim Clark, as well as my man Richard Harris, who's down in Costa Rica right now. They produced the 2022 State of Mental Health in Sales report. Essentially, they surveyed over 700 sales professionals. And it was sponsored by Uncrushed, the Sales Health Alliance, SHA, as well as Harris Consulting. Thank you. What really stood out to me is the percentages. 63% of sales professionals said that they were struggling with their mental health, that they were challenged with their mental health. And this was on really a spectrum of thriving, coping, struggling, and then being unwell. And they pretty much asked folks, how are you doing? Are you excellent? Are you very good? Are you good? Or are you poor and fair? And to think about those numbers, which are up, 63% is up from 58% in 2021. Uh-oh, Houston, we have a problem. Now, you might be wondering, why am I bringing this up? Well, it was very touching when Al Lawrence and his father, Harry, shared their story, their family history. I'm not going to get into it, but I think most of us have been impacted in some way with mental health, whether it's personally, whether it's within our family, whether it's within our friend unit, whether it's with our colleagues. And if we haven't, you've probably been exposed to it and you just didn't know. Now, when I think about the sales industry, hustle culture, it's all about being a go-getter. We got to go get it. And yeah, we do. But we also got to go get our mental wellness, our mental health, to make sure that even under the high pressure, even with those quotas that might seem unattainable, even with that dreaded R word that we're hearing now with the economic landscape and conditions, I think I've heard it, recession, even with the layoffs. And I know that folks that I know have been impacted by layoffs, which is tough. That's tough. Life is a four-letter word. So you might be wondering, Larry, why are you talking about it? Well, I want to make sure that I amplify. I want to make sure that we get the word out that, number one, it's important for you, yes, you, to prioritize your mental health, to make sure that you're in the best place possible. And if you're not, that you seek help from a medical professional, a licensed medical professional, that you let someone know those challenges. And I hope you know that it's okay to not be okay. If we've lived life, we've all been there before. I know I have. Life is tough. Going through the challenges. Yeah, we've got the good, but there's also the bad. There's also the challenges, the valleys. And sometimes it can seem like you're in a hopeless situation. Well, I'm here to let you know that people want to help. And there's people that are in here right now live. I see you, baby. What's going on, Maria? That's my wife. And I see you, Brad. There's people that want to help, that are here to help. And I just encourage you, please let someone know if you are challenged. So from the article, and please feel free, you can just Google 2022 State of Mental Health in Sales report. You'll get it. It was pretty interesting. They outlined 13 I think it was 13 core needs that sales professionals need. And I took a little note on my top 3. Number 1 that really I wanted to highlight, spotlight, that really touched me. Number 1 was that sales professionals feel like they can't be open and vulnerable about their feelings. Oh my goodness, that's tough. That's tough. And essentially the numbers showed that leaders, when I looked at the numbers, the leaders jumped from 42% in 2021 to 60% in 2022. So our sales leaders are feeling the pressure. They're feeling the increased quota. They're feeling the increased burden on their back. They're feeling overwhelmed with having to lay people off, impact their families. But overall, that feeling of not being able to be open, to being vulnerable. And one of the suggestions that they gave 5, but 2 of them stood out for me, was as a leader to lead with vulnerability, to let your team know that, hey, I'm human just like you. I go through stuff just like you do. That's life. It also talked about the importance of conversation. Yes, I got to bring out the microphone. We should be having the conversation, sharing both our vulnerable challenges, but also asking the questions, and then listen, making sure that we give our people that platform to share their feelings. When you ask someone, how are you doing? Are you asking it because you really care? Your people know. They can smell BS from a mile away. Hey, leader, you don't really care about me. You only care about my quota. You only care about my pipeline. You only care about how we're doing as a team. You don't really care about me as a person. So, of course, I don't feel open to being vulnerable and sharing those feelings that I'm going through. So, just something to think about. Number 2 that really stood out, feeling like you had strong boundaries. A lot of folks don't feel like there's boundaries, especially working from home. For those people that are still working from home, it's the after-hour emails, the after-hour calls. It's like, wow, 24/7. It's kind of like these devices that many of us have, and we're swiping, whether it's through stories or we're swiping left and swiping right, trying to find love, whatever it is. Do you, boo-boo, whatever floats your boat, but realizing that there's got to be a set of boundaries. There's got to be a set of routines. And it shared that leaders can really set those routines, those boundaries. They can also make sure that they set the expectations so that it's crystal clear what I'm expected to do. It talked about meeting overload. And I know some of y'all are like, ding, 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 Larry, you nipped that right in the bud. I've got meetings back to back to back to back. Well, why? What are you meeting for? I remember in my experience with corporate America, sometimes we would have meetings just to meet. We just met just to meet because it's on the calendar. There was no agenda. There was no purpose, no goal, no vision, no action items out of it. We're just wasting time. No, let's go ahead and make sure that it's meaningful. It also talked about the importance of leveraging your calendar and leveraging your people's calendars so that those boundaries are set. Right now, I want you to go ahead, pull up your phone, look at your calendar, and tell me, let's be honest, on a scale of 1 to 10, how organized, how tight is your calendar from a professional standpoint, as well as, and this is equally important, if not more important, from a personal standpoint. Where are you spending your time? Are you being intentional with spending your time with things that give you energy? Now, that can't be 24/7. Of course not. We got to eat the frog. We got to do some things that might not be all hunky-dory, rainbow and sunshine and unicorns. It's okay. But if we can intentionally manage and organize our calendars, our schedules, and now puts us in a better position. Number 3, and I see the comments coming. We're going to get to it, but let me finish number 3 right here. It pretty much talked about that human connection, those relationships, the connection to peers and teammates and colleagues. And I know even for those that are back in the office, there can be a disconnect right there. How do we strengthen that connection? And thank you, Dale, for being honest on the 4 I feel you, man. I still have work to do. Now, with the connection, how can we make sure we encourage that those that are working remote and those that are in the office are able to foster, are able to grow, are able to strengthen relationships? We know that relationships and the strength of our relationships, whether it's personal, family, friends, neighbors, community, those relationships, the relationship with ourselves, they really dictate the quality of our life. Once again, are we being intentional as leaders? And I'm not talking about leaders that are in title only. For my folks that are tuning in, y'all are leaders. You have influence over people. People look up to you, whether you know it or not. And I see some names. I'm looking up to some of y'all and y'all don't even know it. I'm watching what you do and you're having an impact and an influence on me. And I just want to say thank you. So as leaders, what are we doing to make sure that we, number one, take care of ourselves, and number two, spread the word with others to have a positive impact on others and not a negative impact on others? The last one, it talked about time off. And I know that we used to, the last organization I was with had unlimited time off. Well, what does that mean? I know that I would get a sideways look whenever I would put in that time. So it's unlimited, but is it really? Are we really supporting our people? Are we really supporting what they need? Are we asking the questions? Are we having the conversations to make sure that everyone, yes, every team member is in the best place that they can be? Now, I know some of y'all are all about that business. Well, hey, I'm about that business as well. And when you look at the numbers and you look at the data, the mental wellness and the mental health of your employees, especially in sales, has an impact on that bottom line. It impacts them being able to attain their quota, them being able to achieve optimal performance where they can be thriving instead of being on the other side of the spectrum of being unwell, so that they can be excellent, very good, and not just good, not poor, not fair when it comes to their feelings of mental health. So I encourage each and every one of you to take it with a grain of salt, but I strongly encourage you to be deliberate, to be intentional, to take a look in that mirror, do an evaluation. How are you doing right now? Be honest with yourself. You can't fool yourself. You might be able to fool everyone else, but you cannot fool yourself. Believe you me, I tried and I tried again and it didn't work. So I encourage you to take a look in that mirror and let's figure out, where are you at with your mental health? Where are there opportunities for you to improve so that you can then lead the way and support others? Are you asking the questions of your colleagues, of your community, of your family, of your friends, of those that you really care about, to make sure that they know, hey, I'm here for you. And I'm not just here for you in words, but I'm here for you in actions. And by actions, I'll give you this and then I'll wrap it up and take a look at the comments. When was the last time that you checked in on a family member that you haven't spoken to, maybe since that last family reunion? I'm talking to myself. That last family reunion was pre-COVID. That's 3 years, Larry. When was the last time you checked in on your cousin? Shame on you. And I'm not shaming anyone, but there's an opportunity for us to do better. When was the last time that you checked on that colleague that you used to roll with back in the office? Hey, what's going on, Jeff? Yeah, Jeff Steele. I'm giving you a shout out. What's going on, Steelio? How you been, man? How's your homeboy Travis? Is he still sneaking in to athletic events? I hope to see him at the World Cup coming up. So yeah, I encourage you to go out, and it's very simple. Send a text, send a LinkedIn message, send a telegram. You can send a carrier pigeon, you name it. But go ahead and reach out and touch someone or someone's to let them know you were on my mind. I was thinking about you. How you doing? Hey, we should hop on a call. Would love to hear how everything's going for you and your family, you and yours, especially with Thanksgiving right around the corner. And that goes in to say, with all the things that we're bombarded with, the recession, the economic climate, we got a war, we got a pandemic, the list goes on and on. How do we make sure we control those messages that we're receiving that are coming in? I appreciate everyone joining. I really do. And I hope that this isn't the only positive message that you receive on this wonderful Wednesday, as well as every day. What are you doing to make sure that you're filling up your cup and your heart, your mind, your thoughts are overflowing with positive, good things. And I'm not saying that positivity can overcome mental health, mental wealth. That takes work. And sometimes it takes professional help, but I am saying that it can help. So reach out and touch someone. Start with touching yourself. Make sure that you're in a good place. Reach out and help others to get there as well. So I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate the comments. What's going on, Brad? Am I seeing you at Turf Station? I can't promise you. It's going to be kind of cold. I will be in Maryland. So maybe I'll see you at Turf Station. I don't know if I'll be at that Maryland football game against Ohio State. Yeah, I'm a weakling. I do not do well in the cold. I'm not a polar bear. But hey, thank you so much for tuning in. Brad, that's my old baseball teammate. Let's see, my LinkedIn folks. Dwayne Britton, what's going on, DB? What's up, sir? So great to see you. I hope all is well. I truly mean that. Benjamin, I can't wait to speak with you. Hello from Germany, tuning in. Hi to the anonymous LinkedIn user. I appreciate that. And I just want to say thank you so much for all the love. And I hope you feel the love coming back. I'm just really getting back to normal from the bus tour, 12 cities, 18 days. Woo, it was a doozy. And we met a lot of people. And I can tell you that there's some people that are really struggling. So reach out and touch someone. If you're struggling, give me a call. You know where to find me. I'm happy to help. What's going on, my man? Sending love from Tel Aviv. That's my turf right there. Love to see it. Tammy, hi, how are you? So great to see you. Lou, winning Wednesday. I appreciate that, man. That means so much. Tanner, thank you for joining. Good morning. Thank you, Dwayne. Charlottesville, Virginia. Hope all is well. I'm sure it's pretty chilly up there in Charlottesville. Actually, Charlottesville, I got to send you condolences to that community for the terrible tragedy, the gun violence, the murders of the football players. Just a terrible tragedy. I hope you're doing okay, and just stay safe. I encourage you to stay safe as best as you can. Lou, it's budget season too. Yes. Budget season. That's another pressure that gets put on. How do you, that dreaded B word, both professionally in the office, but also personally? 2023, what are those finances? How am I going to make these ends meet? How am I going to accomplish my goals? There's so much that's going on. Let's make sure that we keep it on the up and up as best as we can. Taylor, so great to see you. Yes, thoughts and prayers to the Charlottesville community. Thank you for mentioning that and sending love. Benjamin, thank you. Mental health is key to succeed in life and business. We focus so much on sales and doing good for others that we forget to look after ourselves. No truer words. Every day I take 1.5 hours to do something for myself. I love it, Benjamin. I love it. And I encourage others to make sure that you have time scheduled out in your day for you, whatever that is, whether it's meditation and yoga, whether it's going for a run. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Beck Holland, running those marathons. For me, it's watching comedy. I love watching comedy, and YouTube, the algorithm has me down pat. My comedy is watching Neon Deion Sanders and the great work he's doing over at Jackson State. You got to find what works for you. What fills your cup? What gives you energy? Strongly encourage it. What's going on, Mr. Blackman, LLJ? What it do, what it does. So great to see you, bringing a smile to my face and hopefully spreading those smiles to others who need it. Someone that you know right now needs a smile. They need a pat on the back. They need you to reach out to them and call just to let them know that you're thinking about them. Someone that you know right now could use that. I encourage you, be that person. Go ahead and get started. It doesn't take much time at all. I know time is money. I know we don't have much time, and that's why we're about to wrap up. But how much time does it take to reach out to someone and just let them know you're on my heart? Take a mental week off. I love it. Prayer, also known as meditation, goes a long way. Be still and enjoy your holidays. Thank you so much. What is going on, cuz? Chris, so great to see you. I can't wait to see you for Thanksgiving. I have strong boundaries. Yes, so important to have those boundaries. And I know you do. And I know you stick to them, which is what I encourage everyone. We have boundaries, but sometimes they get loose. Sometimes as we go through life, those boundaries start to blur those lines. I think Robin Thicke and Pharrell called it blurred lines. That's my jam, but let's make sure that we stick tight to those boundaries that we set. Sarah, so great to see you. Your ears must have been ringing. Your name just came up the other day in conversation. That was with, who was I meeting with? Dr. Oh, goodness gracious. It's on the tip of my tongue. We were just meeting and your name came up. Dr. Rosina Marr. Yes, you're a celebrity. Great to see you, Sarah. Happy Wednesday to you. Thank you, Cousin Chris. 10. You're a 10. I love it. I'd like to know the keys to your success. We'll talk on Thursday, Thanksgiving. Sarah, I'm pretty well balanced. I love to hear that. I would love for you to share with the folks how. How do you get that balance? How do you make sure that you're in a good place holistically, from a spiritual, from a family, from a friends, from a relationship with self, from a community? Yeah, how do you do it? What's the key to your success? I'm curious. I'm naturally and I'm genuinely curious. How do you do it? Samuel, yes, lunchtime is on the calendar. It's out of office every day. I love it. Yeah, you got to protect the stomach. Got to protect that stomach. Shoot, you better believe I don't miss a meal, but I love that you block out that time as out of office. Keep that up, Samuel. Keep it up. Jim, thank you for joining the conversation. Boundaries are tough for salespeople because most of us are A personalities with that constant drive to succeed. And you're absolutely right, Jim. It's kind of like a racehorse, kind of like a race car. If you just go, and you don't ever rest, you're gonna break down. And you might break down hard. I think they say sometimes you got to slow down to speed up. So I appreciate you sharing that. And you're absolutely correct. Boundaries are tough, but it's also tough to break down. And you don't want to break down. Believe you me, I've been there before. You do not want to break down. That is not a good place to be. So just encouraging you, and Jim, encouraging you to encourage others that, hey, it's okay to take a break. It's okay to take a mental health week if that's what you need to succeed. Slow down to speed up. Laura, thank you. Good afternoon, Larry. It's been a while. It has. Thank you for joining. Benjamin, I've scheduled my whole day. Workout, emails, tea breaks. Wow, a spot of tea. I love it. Love it. Leverage that calendar to your advantage. Truly appreciate it. Sarah, great to see you as well. Dr. Lewis Sheets. Oh, my goodness. Oh, bringing me so much joy. Thank you so much. I know you're doing great things out there, taking what you did at the Wolfpack and doing it well out there in the Lou. Say Louie. So great to see you, Lewis. Oh, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you to the anonymous LinkedIn user. I'll look at the comments later and find out who you are. Jonay, what's going on? Go Buckeyes. No Buckeyes. I know y'all are coming in trying to do damage to my Terps, but we are going to try to pull it off. They said it couldn't be done. We're going to try to pull off that upset this Saturday. Awesome meeting. Great talk track. I appreciate it. Once again, we're talking about your mental health. Mark Dean, what's going on from the desert of Arizona? I know the weather's probably beautiful out there. I know you're probably teeing it up. I don't want to hear it, Mark. I wish I was on the golf course in some warm weather. It is chilly here in North Kakalaki. Thank you, Samuel. This is great. We'll drop the mic on this comment. Smiles are contagious. I've always believed this. So I encourage you. I'm going to smile. I'm going to pass it to you. I encourage you to pass it on to others. So Sherry here, wondering if it's me. What's up, Sherry? So great to see you as the anonymous LinkedIn user. Truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you. And I hope to see you next Wednesday. I'm going to be in Maryland, going to be tuning in for my 3rd annual Thanksgiving Midweek, Midday Motivational Minute. Hopefully I'll have my mom, my sister, my family in tow so that we can just share a positive, uplifting, motivating, inspiring, and transforming message to you. Thank you so much. Take care now. Peace. I'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Thanks. I know, IG. Take care now. Peace. I'm not trying to be anonymous. You're not anonymous anymore, Sherry. Thanks so much. Mark Dean. Yeah, baby. Keep it in the short stuff. I wish. Woo. Woo! I played last week. It got ugly. I hadn't played in a month. Woo! I'm having nightmares about it, but that's neither here nor there.